Ever wondered why sometimes the words just refuse to flow, even when you've got a brilliant idea in your mind? Welcome to a journey into the world of words, where we grapple with the all-too-common challenge, writer's block. It's an affliction that strikes writers, novice or seasoned. In this video, we'll delve into strategies to defeat this invisible enemy, including a testimonial from a renowned writer who emerged victorious in this battle. Stay tuned to find out how to conquer the blank page and let your creativity flow. So what exactly is this elusive writer's block, you may ask? Well, imagine sitting down to write, your mind buzzing with ideas, but the moment your fingers touch the keyboard, nothing. The words just don't come. That, my friends, is writer's block. It's an affliction that strikes fear into the hearts of scribes everywhere. From novices scribbling their first prose to seasoned authors crafting their 20th novel, no one is immune. It's a frustrating, often debilitating condition that can halt productivity, causing stress and self-doubt. Why does it happen? The reasons are as varied as the writers themselves. Overwork, lack of inspiration, fear of failure, or even just a simple creative slump can all trigger this nemesis of the written word. The impact? A blank page, a ticking clock, and a mounting sense of frustration. But fear not, writer's block is not a life sentence. It is a hurdle, and like all hurdles, it can be overcome. Don't just take our word for it. Here's what best-selling author Stephen King had to say about his own experiences with writer's block. As many of you might be aware, Stephen King is no stranger to the paralyzing grips of writer's block. In fact, he's openly shared about his struggles with it, painting a vivid picture of his journey from a blocked writer to a best-selling author. King once described his writer's block as a thick fog. He felt lost, unable to see the road ahead. His characters, once as real to him as the people in his life, seemed distant, their voices a mere whisper. His stories, which usually flowed like a rushing river, had dried up. It was as if a door had been slammed shut in his mind, cutting him off from his creative wellspring. But King, being the relentless spirit that he is, didn't let this setback define him. Instead, he sought to navigate his way through the fog. His first strategy? To step away from his work. He took walks, read books, listened to music. He gave his mind the space it needed to breathe. King also understood the importance of routine. He made sure to sit at his desk every day, whether or not the words came. He compared it to showing up for a job. "You can't wait for inspiration, you have to go after it with a club," he said. And perhaps most importantly, King learned to silence his inner critic. He realized that the first draft is always going to be rough, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be written. King's battle with writer's block wasn't easy, but he emerged victorious. His struggles gave birth to some of his greatest works, from The Shining to Carrie. His journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and the magic that can happen when we refuse to give up. As King's experience shows, overcoming writer's block is all about finding what works best for you. So how can you tackle writer's block head-on and come out victorious on the other side? One of the most effective ways to combat writer's block is by setting a writing schedule. Establishing a routine can help your brain get into the habit of creativity. It's like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So, try to write at the same time every day, even if you don't feel particularly inspired. Sometimes, the best way to overcome a roadblock is to step away from it. Taking regular breaks can actually boost your productivity and creativity. It's during these moments of rest that your brain processes and sorts information. So take a walk, do some yoga, or simply sit in silence. You might be surprised at the ideas that come to you when you're not actively trying to think of them. Another strategy is to change your environment. If you're always writing at your desk, try moving to a different location. Go to a coffee shop, park, or library. Different surroundings can stimulate different parts of your brain, inspiring new ideas and perspectives. Trying a different writing method can also be beneficial. If you usually type on a computer, try writing by hand. Or if you usually write in silence, try listening to music. Experiment with different methods until you find what works best for you. And finally, remember that it's okay to write badly. The aim is to keep writing no matter what. You can always edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank one. Perfectionism can often lead to writer's block, so give yourself permission to make mistakes. In conclusion, overcoming writer's block is not an impossible task. It requires persistence, patience, and a willingness to try new things. Don't be too hard on yourself if you're struggling. Take it one day at a time, and remember, even the most successful writers have faced this challenge. Remember, the key to overcoming writer's block is persistence and patience. Need a little more motivation? Here are a couple of quotes to keep your spirits high. First, we turn to the words of the legendary Mark Twain, who once said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." Remember this when you're staring at that blank page. The first word, the first sentence, is often the hardest. But once you get started, the rest will follow. Next, let's look to Maya Angelou, who advised, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." If you're feeling the weight of writer's block, think of this quote. You have a story inside you, a story that only you can tell. Don't let it stay untold because of a temporary obstacle like writer's block. These words from Twain and Angelou remind us that every writer, no matter how prolific or acclaimed, experiences writer's block. It's not a sign of your incapability, but a part of the writing journey. And overcoming it is a testament to your determination, your creativity, and your passion for storytelling. So, as we wrap up, take these quotes to heart. Let them inspire you. Let them motivate you. And remember that writer's block is not a dead end, but a challenge to be conquered. Remember, every word you write is a victory against writer's block. So keep writing, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. After all, every bestseller starts with a single word.